What's happening out there? How's everybody doing? Nothing. All right, we're live, and we'll just chill for a little bit, let a few people check in, and we'll get rolling on to today's events and this week's event. Dog sounds like she just ate an animal. Her stomach's making so much noise. David Copeland, what's happening, brother? We're just going to chill for a little bit, and we'll a couple minutes here. We'll get rolling, and everybody gets checked in, and we'll have a few things to discuss. And I don't know, maybe have a shorter day today. We'll see. All right, Ryan, what's happening? Switching screens here. I'm back. All right. Kevin Wagner just checked in. Kevin just left Postoak. Well, Kevin, just perfect. You can hold off if you will, Kevin. I'm going to talk about Postoak, but I'm going to hold it towards the middle. So when I do talk about that, maybe you can post a few tidbits on the course and the work that they've done this weekend. So we'll hit that up and maybe just kind of hold your comments on that until then, and we'll address it then. We'd love to hear a live point of view. So well, you did a lot of moving if you did that, Kevin, because there's a lot of them out there. Just different, though, than some of our other courses. There's a lot of rocks out there, but it's just a different style. It's pretty cool, though. I like it. All righty, we're about 3 minutes in, so I'm going to go ahead and get rolling. I'm sure some more people will continue to check in as we go along. And first of all, Corey White, Weekly Wizard Update. I don't know, episode 15 or so. I'm not sure. I need to actually go count. I didn't YouTube my live episodes from last week. Last week we had some crazy wind here, and it just kept screwing up my connectivity. So I think my feed dropped like 3 times. So I think we ended up getting everything covered, but I didn't post those because they were so messed up. So we should get a clean one today, and we'll go from there. So Ryan Plum is giving Kevin a hard time, says Kevin will ride it 190 times before the race. So you've got 2 weeks, so you got plenty of time. All right, first and foremost, before we even start talking about dirt, I want to give a shout out to a fellow teammate, and he also works at Bike Lab at our shop, and Matt Lanier. He's I'm not sure exactly where he's at right now. He may still be under observation. He may be home at this point, but he was doing a little morning ride, headed to work this morning, and a truck pulled up in front of him, and he T-boned the truck, went flying, and he's got some injuries, but he is okay. He posted, we've been doing team updates throughout the day, but then Matt finally posted this evening. Julie, thank you. Matt's at home. So he is okay. He's got a broken shoulder. I don't know what that involves exactly, where and what. A very, very sore leg that they thought was broken at first, but apparently is not. slight head injury. He's got a slight concussion. He doesn't remember a lot of the after accident, and some road rash. But for all intents and purposes, he's in good spirits. He's made some posts on Facebook and joking, and so he's going to be okay, and he's going to be on his bike soon. And Matt, we wish you the best and hope you get better. And you guys know Matt or know Aaron, his wife. Please give him a shout out and just let him know that we're thinking about him. And we look forward to seeing him on the bike and seeing him dishing up some sweet brews at Hole Shots. So thumbs up to Matt and everybody thinking about him. So, all right. Let's see. Hey, Mike Frazier. What's happening, brother? Hey, Mike. You need to post a link to your event out here. Unfortunately, I do not think I can make it this weekend, brother. I would love to, but I just don't think I can. But it's a totally cool event, and if you guys are free out here, check Mike Frazier out. I'm hoping he's on here enough that he'll post a link to his event here in just a minute. Alex Canada, hello. What's up, brother? Jeremy Black's checking in as well. What's going on? Okay, let's get down to business. Little known wizard fact. June of 2010, I had no beard, completely clean shaven, not a bit of hair. But right about that time frame was when a buddy of mine, Jared Cassida, and I decided that we wanted to do Oklahoma Freewheel, and we wanted to ride across the state of Oklahoma on our road bikes. And it was a good idea, and we had a heck of a time doing it. But the whole beard thing started because of this event. So about a week before that, I have no idea why, but Jared called me up and said, hey, we need to stop shaving. And then we'll go we'll go this week, and then we'll go the whole week of riding, and we'll just won't shave. Because you're riding day to day, you're not going to take time to shave. I mean, I suppose some people do, but most people don't. So, and then we'll see what we look like at the end, and we'll have a contest. And so, Jared grew pretty much a full beard in 6 days, and I look like just a ratchety old, splotchy nothing. So, but anyway, we finished our week before, and then our week of riding, and we did it. We rode across Oklahoma, and then after that, he shaved everything and left a little soul patch. I shaved everything and just left a little bitty goatee that was just my chin, and I haven't shaved since. Well, I mean, I do shave up here, but I haven't shaved my beard since. So 8 years, that started it. Jared Cassidy's challenge. So. Philip State, what's happening? Kids in bed, whiskey poured, wizard update just starting. Nice. I like that, Philip. All right. Next subject. Marathon Gnats. Mike Frazier, I need to show you when I had a beard. If you do, Mike, post a pic of that up here. I want to see that. Between a beard and all your tats, man, that'd be just wicked. Marathon Gnats. That was this weekend. Wow. As you can see, I'm wearing my USA cycling attire, in support of a national event. This was Marathon Nationals. So it's a national event, and we did it last year and had just a heck of a time. It's kind of nice because, honestly, we did 2 national events last year. We did cross-country nationals and marathon nationals. Cross-country was in West Virginia, so that was a long haul. And unfortunately, typically, most national events are really far away for all of us that are centralized here in Oklahoma, in the United States, in Oklahoma and Texas and things like that. But, with Marathon Nationals coming to Arkansas, wow. This is, a 6-hour drive for most of us, give or take. And you can't beat that, a 6-hour drive and stay the weekend. And you can, you could practically just race that like a regular race. Although a lot of people went up earlier, which was nice to do to get familiar with the course and acclimated and things like that to the weather. Man, it's great to go to a national event. I've never done one until last year. It was just a unique experience. I mean, you're there to race, but at the same time, I mean, you're around. You see so much of the real talent. I mean, you see talent that just. I mean, granted, we're kind of spoiled here in Oklahoma because we have some racers in our state that are. I mean, we have multiple national champions in various disciplines, and now we have more, which we'll discuss in a minute as well too. So we're unique and surprising to most people that here in Oklahoma we have such an elite level of racers. So we see those guys, but to see the next level above them, the pros, and see some of the times they turn and see some of the things that they do, even though you only get to see them in bits and pieces because we're racing and you don't want to be all starstruck and and stuff like that. But it's just amazing to see the real deal and how unbelievable that they really are. So, Jonathan Clark, what's happening? All right, so Marathon Nationals, Iron Mountain, Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Great venue. We had a heck of a time. We let's see, we did our usual for our team last year. We got lucky, and Des and I think Stephen Smith and maybe another rider or two. I can't remember exactly who all went up, but 2 years ago they had a marathon race there. It wasn't a national race, just a regular marathon, and we went up there. And we linked up with this cabin area, and it's the Great Lake Cottages, and our buddy Dale that owns that. And we just really enjoyed staying there. It was just right off the golf course on the other side of the bridge. And so once we realized how cool it was, it's just a U-shaped venue with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cabins, and then a pavilion in the middle. And each cabin has their own amenities and things like that, kitchen and beds and restrooms and showers, and we just liked it. So we blocked off the whole place for last year and this year. And so basically this year was just a Bike Lab compound, and we all stayed there. Yeah, Jeremy Black, Bike Lab compound, that's what it was. And we invited others over because, again, like I mentioned in the last time, when you race out of state, we're all wearing different colored jerseys, but we're still Team Oklahoma. So we had a few others from other teams coming over, and we had a good pre-ride Saturday where we saw a lot of people, and we all did different things. And then we had a great dinner and had a few people over, non-Bike Lab, but man, it was just a great time, great time to see people that we don't get to see very often. We met a few people last year at this race that we only see here. Heck of a venue, beautiful lake, beautiful countryside. I mean, that's a really neat area. And if you ever get a chance to go, I'll recommend it. So, Don Lasoli, how's it going? Great race this weekend. Good seeing you, Oklahoma Cyclist. You guys have a great community of riders. Thank you, Don. Appreciate that. Man, I was glad to see you, and I'm glad to see you got your finish in down there. Jonathan, I will, buddy. Jonathan Clark. Just a reminder that Thursday night crits will be at Draper this week at 7. So we can discuss that a little bit more later and get that fit in. So for sure. Let's see. I'm gonna go through my notes. A lot of Marathon Nat stuff. So yeah. So that was really the early part. So we arrived there. We had our compound. We did a dinner Saturday night, early to bed, because we had a big race next, the Sunday. So we get up and race is on. And let's see. We had, I think, our Bike Lab team. We had, I think, 20-ish people there total. A lot of that, because a lot of people came up as families. We had a lot of support. Ed and Debbie Malott came up and watched Abner for Bimani and Lindsay, so that so that Bimani could sleep and the night before and rest and get ready for his race. And we had Julie, and we had Julie Denton, the Cortices, Jennifer Garland. I'm going through my list. The Hutchins, Reed raced, and but they had the whole Hutchins clan there. Let's see. Yeah, I think that might cover it. I think it covers it. So we had a lot of people there, a lot of support, which was unbelievable. There were two feed stations, and man, we had people there, both places, which with the weather being, getting up to upper 80s, almost 90 by the time that we were into our second lap. So, Tatum was there for Tex. You're right, Alex. So I missed Tatum. So, and then we had 10 racers. So on top of, our crew that came up just to support us, 10 of us raced. And we've got, Desiree raced, Jeremy Black raced, Kai Reed, Stephen Smith, John Denton, Ryan McMahon, Aaron McDaniel, B Money. Technically, B Money's riding for DNA, but we still claim him, so he is. And then I raced. So that was just from our bike lab crew. So all of us, were out on the course, but there were still several other people from Oklahoma. I looked through the start list. There was actually a whole handful of people, probably 5 or 6 people that I really wasn't all that familiar with. So they're probably more of from the road scene. And they were out there. But we had several people from other teams, that were represented. So, we had Jane Ziegler, Kalian, Brian and Susan Young, all from Sound Pony, Sheridan, Alex Sharp from Celestial were out there, and Sheridan's dad was out there helping SAG for them. We had Dylan Postier for his team, Cody Pollard, Jason Engelke, got that right this time. Chris Rogers, Mark Fiegel, and Lori McCarty. There's probably some other Okies out there that attended this event and raced, and I might have missed you, and I apologize. And if you guys know somebody, pop on in. I've had a Will Galt sighting. And a lot of you guys aren't familiar with Will Galt, but he used to be the real deal mountain biker, and then he got all roadie on us. So he's been doing some dirt lately. So Jeremy Black, very well spoken, brother. Jeremy says we travel as a family and race as a team. Thanks to everyone for the great support. Couldn't say it better myself, brother. So true. And especially when a big event like this, you're so tired, you're so fatigued, you're racing so hard that it's so hard to think. And you've got people at both these feed zones just giving you stuff that you need and taking the thinking away for you. And to not have them there would mean probably not finishing in many cases. So I can't thank the support team that we have enough. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing what you guys do, how much you sacrifice. Although it's probably not a sacrifice to you because you enjoy doing it, but it means so much to us, and we thank you for being there for us. Okay, so Lori, speaking of Lori McCarty, she just checked in. So good job this weekend, way to finish. So it's probably one of her biggest events. So awesome job. Okay, great course. I don't know if you guys have ever done this course, but it's a progressive design built course. Some of it's very, very well maintained. Some of it is a little rougher, but it's all well maintained. I guess some of it's more machined and some of it's a little bit more less tame, I would say. A lot of climbing in different spots. We had about 4,000 feet, I think, over the 2 laps that we did, which was, over the, for me, 4 hours and 11 minutes. A lot less for some people, a lot more for others. But I think 50 miles is, basically what it was. Brandon Reed, yes, it was bumpy. I was feeling it. My hands and my wrists were just sore. So it was bumpy, especially in that middle section coming back, for sure. Anyway, very cool course, very different, unique views and areas that it went to. So very cool. Again, a lot of climbing overall. Second weekend in a row that we've had heat, which again, really not real heat in comparison to what we're going to get, but is our first 2 weekends. So Keystone, we had an 80-degree day, and then here at Arkansas, we had an 89-degree day. First lap was great, and then it got hot second lap, so it was above 80. So, dealing with heat's tough, especially when you're not used to it. So, Stephen Cordish, you forgot. Oh, no. Well, welcome anyway, Stephen. You didn't miss a whole lot, even though I did just talk about you guys a little bit. So, but glad you're here. All right. Now for the good stuff. So, all these people that we took to Oklahoma down to do the marathon national race, and we had several bring back some hardware, and we even had a couple bringing back a special jersey. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And so I want to work my way backwards a little bit in placing. So give kudos to Dylan Postier. Most of you guys know Dylan. He checked in last time, and he's been racing full-time mountain bike this year for the first time in a while, and I'm really stoked about that. He's been doing great, and he's been prepping for this. And he raced his age group this year at Marathon Nats, and he got 4th place. So he took home a medal, and it's and the competition level that you're seeing at this space and this level is just amazing. I'm going to close my front door. Someone's mowing grass, and it's super loud. Right next door. Don't know that that's going to help, but maybe it will. Last week it was dogs barking, and this week my neighbor's mowing the yard at 9 o'clock. Who knows? So next in line, we've got 2 of these. I'm going to start with Mr. Kai Cordes, 3rd place, racing his age group. What this young man has done all year is just amazing. And I say this year, over the last 2.5 years, is just amazing. I looked at a picture from about 2 years ago, and he was standing between Desiree and I. And he had just won something at Medicine Park. And it's so funny because he's not as tall as Desiree in this picture. And now he looks me in the eye and beats me by 5 to 10 minutes every race. So I'm super stoked. So he takes home a medal, 3rd place as well. Great job. Another 3rd place, Jane Ziegler. A lot of you guys may not be familiar with Jane. We've known Jane for a long time. She won off some races pretty close, and she does a lot of other stuff like red racing. Super strong. She raced her age group, Sound Pony, Tulsa area, and she received a 3rd place in her age group. So super stoked. All right, now comes to the 2 big money categories here. And what's cool is they both fall under single speed categories. So Mr. Brandon Ballot, B-Money for everybody, set out to win single speed last year and had a little accident, and took him out of the running, and he came back this year strong to get that back, and he crushed it as expected, and he took away the national championship. So I guess this is his 2nd or 3rd. We've got he's got a cyclocross national championship. He has a now he has a marathon nationals championship, and I think someone said it's an official, unofficial. I'm not really sure on it for a gravel championship. So possibly 3. So anyway, he had a heck of a race and stars and bars. So, and last but not least, our very own Desiree White. So Desiree really started, I guess she really didn't start digging mountain biking all that much until about 4 or 5 years ago. She's always ridden. She was more road, more tri. And when we started doing mountain biking, she just really got into it. And here about 3 or 4 years ago, she just set her mind that she wanted to win a national championship. And she got damn close last year. Twice, both at cross-country nationals and marathon nationals. Took home medals at both of those, naturally still. But just couldn't quite get that Stars and Stripes jersey. She lost by like 30 seconds to a girl last year at Marathon Nationals, and she prepped all year. We even had a new bike prepped, but we just couldn't quite get that to work out during the pre-ride, so she went back to Sally, her go-to specialized single speed, and she just knocked it out of the park. She came across the line, thought she had second place all day long, and the girl rode a bigger gear than she did, and the girl just cracked. Desiree attacked her on the last climb. That's all she wrote. Came across the finish line first. So hopefully at some point you'll see her out there with her Stars and Stripes. So congratulations. Congratulations to all those winners. So it's a pretty awesome haul for Oklahoma. Little state, and we bring back 2 national championships. So it's awesome work, awesome job. Great job, everybody. All right, let's see what I've been missing. David Copeland, she is amazing. Yep, you're right. She is. Bob Davis, thumbs up. All right, so I haven't missed too much there. Stephen Cord is drinking Alpha Hive at a sports bar. Well, at least you're checked in now, so. Okay. I think that covers it. I mean, I just can't believe how, how well we did. Oklahoma, represented well, and all the teams, and it's a cool event. Jason Nagoki just checked in. Sorry, Jason Ingelke. How's that? I got it. I'm getting corrected on the pronunciation of Jason's last name, so I'm going to get it right now. But he just chimed in and said those trails are so incredible, and they are. I tell you what. I mean, we go up there and race them. It's a different feel. So I really, really recommend if you guys get some time off and you have a weekend that you want to go, take a weekend and spend a couple days with the family and ride. I mean, that's a perfect place. There's lake, there's stuff to do, and then there's trail that's so there, and there's actually more trail there than what we rode. Not much, but and it's so cool to ride it in different sections. Instead of just riding one huge loop. So it's a great place to explore and just have some good times. So John Shears, great job at Natokies. Thanks, John. And yeah, everybody did wonderful. It's pretty amazing what we pulled off. So, and I don't have confirmation, and I'm assuming that they'll post soon. But one of the things that I mentioned earlier was that national events are typically pretty hard for us because we're centrally located, and a lot of times they're on coastal areas. So it's super long drive and just not worth it. However, rumor is next year there's a couple of possible venues in Texas. I don't know if that's been decided on exactly, but I'm hoping that announcement will be out fairly soon. So, but everything that I'm hearing points towards Texas next year. And again, depending on where in Texas, that could still be a much longer drive, but not terrible. We're not talking East or West Coast. So anyway, Marathon Nats, awesome work. Super fun event. If you guys missed it last time. Don Lasilli's not giving us anything, so I said it was rumor. I didn't. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get rolling. We're 30 minutes in, and, man, I'm so not going to make it. I thought I was going to make under an hour. Not going to happen because I talk too much. I want to do an Outback update. So, Outback at Postoak coming up. Last race before we have a summer break. So you guys have 2 weeks. You've got a weekend off, but you've got 2 full weeks to get ready. I guess they had a good crew out there this weekend. I'm not sure exactly the stats on that because I was very out of touch with that because we were at Marathon Nats. But I heard they had a great crew out there and got that knocked out. A lot of work done. I haven't talked to Chris Rogers today, although I think he was supposed to go out there yesterday as well and see if there was anything else that needed to be done following up the work weekend. I know a lot of people have been out there riding. Kevin Wagner checked in earlier, and I'm hoping maybe him or somebody else can check back in. He just left there today. It was pre-riding, so I'm hoping we can get an update on the current status of that. But with the work day and with as many people that I saw on Facebook that's been out there riding, I'm assuming that it is taking shape. And we are going clockwise this year. So, again, I don't know if it's marked yet. Again, I hope somebody that can chime in and let us know that knows that whether it is or not. Oh, Chris is in. Great. Trail is good, ready to ride is the report that we got from Tori. So, excellent. And I saw a lot of people on the trail today, a lot of videos. So, I think it's golden. Don't know whether markings are there or not. But, again, with Outback, not critical. There's not a lot of offshoots. I mean, there's basically one trail, maybe a couple of places where we cross over that you could get off. But, I mean, if you hunt around for a second or two, you're going to figure it out. There's really not there's not a lot of alternatives like you see most trails. It's basically one trail. And we are going clockwise. Again, I think that's been stated multiple times. I know I've said it a lot too. So just want to make sure everybody gets that. So. Brandon Nesmith, what did you say? I hit the trail the day after 5. There were quite a few people there. Excellent. So trail's in great shape. So, all right. So we're getting great feedback that it's there. So you guys have 2 weeks to go get this thing ready, get it knocked out. So have at it. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we'll talk more about Outback next week again in my update. In fact, it'll be the primary focus, and I'll talk to everybody about it. So Kevin Wagner says Outback status is rocky. Nice. Rocky, but still flowy. It's got some flow. I still say it is. Still say it does. So May 20, Outback, be there. We'll talk about it more, like I said, next weekend, or next week in my update. It'll be the primary focus. So, okay, Kevin says it's not marked, but it's clear and mostly obvious. So, I don't think it'll be a problem. So, okay. Anything else on Outback that you guys want to talk about? Anything else out there? I've got one last little bit, and we'll scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I'm good. I think I missed anything. Okay. I think I'm still in the clear. I haven't talked about this, so hey, this is for a lot of our guys out here, and this is our Yingling lager. There's some dark and tan if you get that too, but this is just a Yingling lager. So we picked this up in Arkansas at our race. They started selling it in Arkansas, so we grabbed a bunch. And we grabbed some for several of our crew that will be. I think Desiree has she has a 24 pack. Yeah, I think that's what she got. So a couple of you guys will be pretty stoked having that. So drink a little Yingling. Shout out goes to our gal Katie in Austin, who comes from her hometown in Pennsylvania. I don't know, somewhere I've never been. So Philip, you're gonna be out there at 9:30 at Outback, dude. I'm not being anywhere tomorrow at 9:30 except at work. And then, of course, I've got my little sip of wine here for my team wine box. And Brandon, that is a good point. I'm just going to talk about this. Some people make a big deal about it. Some people blow it off, and I kind of blow it off sometimes. Brandon says, make sure you bring Deep Woods tick spray. I personally don't do that. But it is that time of year, and people need to be aware. And I find that some people are more susceptible to ticks than others, and don't particularly know why, don't have a good reason for that. Somebody out there smarter than me can figure that out. I don't get a lot of them on me. I'll be with people that will have 5 and 6 and 7 just crawling all over them, and I won't have a 1. However, it's still pretty important. If you're one of those people, or if you even suspect you might get one, just be careful. Always do checks. We have a rider, or had a rider. He's around every now and then. Doesn't ride that much anymore, but used to be very, very into this, and goes back to the old school with me. So a lot of you guys remember John Day, and that rode back with me. A lot of the new guys don't, and that's cool, just because we go back so far, and a lot of you guys are relatively new. But John got out of cycling and has never gotten back in, and guess why? He got bit by a tick and got Lyme disease, and it took probably 2 or 3 years between that and some other health issues to get his physiology back to even somewhat functioning normal. And so it's critical. It is important. So you just need to be aware and be smart, and know if you're one of those people that attract them a lot or not, and just be smart. So Chris Rogers makes a very good point. He says Outback is significantly easier than Medicine Park, but I think they all have their pros and cons. I always say Outback, and I try to explain this, and I don't do it very well. And Outback is rocky. The whole thing is rocky. But what's funny is Tim has done such a Tim and Tori Miller that own the property. Tim's the trail builder. He built all this, but he's such a good trail builder that he built all of these rock sections in such a way that there is a very good flow to everything. So it's really hard to explain, because it's hard to explain that there's a rock garden, but yet there's a flow to it, and there is. There are places to recover, and there's hard parts, and there's parts that look hard and you can just fly through them with no brakes, but you just have to trust the trail and trust the terrain. Anyway, it's a very cool trail. Even though it's rocky, it's not, I still say it's not near as hard as a lot of people say it is, or kind of make it out to be, because it's a rocky or a technical course. So I don't know. I think it's a cool course. It's one of my faves. So Cleo says some group could set up a fundraiser, check for tips. So that might get a little weird depending on who's doing the checking. So okay, moving on. Outback, we're clear with that, and roll on to the last little bit, and then I'll answer any questions or comment on any things that you guys have, or if you guys want, have any questions or comments or things like that you want me to discuss, go ahead and pipe them in, and I'll get to them in just a jiffy. So, final thing, just my general wizard tip. I do this periodically. With the summer approaching, now most of us are mountain bikers, which means that's our main discipline. However, some of us do cross over and do some other things like road, and even gravel. A lot of us do that as well too. So with the summer looming, we have some options. And I know a lot of people are looking towards the summer, and I see this a lot, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, but a lot of people are looking forward to the summer to rest up. You know, it's been a long first part of the season. People are tired, and you know, they're looking to rest their bodies and get ready for the second half of the season. So my tip to you, people that want to do that, is don't do that. So physically, you don't need to rest your body. You do, but a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no, you don't. You need a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days if you've done something as hard as Marathon Nationals. But you don't need weeks on end to rest your body. Your body recovers much better than you think and then you give it credit for. The part that needs rested and refreshed and rejuvenated is your mental aspect, your mental outlook. So whatever it takes to get that done, you need to make happen. But you still need to continue training, continue preparing, continue keeping it live. So what we do is we don't stop racing, we don't stop training, we don't stop riding, ever. Simple as that. I get asked that a lot. And so for Desiree and I and our core group, we never stop. We don't. Doesn't matter when it is. We change. So this summer, what we'll do, as soon as we get through Outback, we still have some races to train for because we're going to start doing Arkansas cross country. So we're still training and preparing for that. Desiree's got gravel on her schedule, so she's looking at some gravel events. And a lot of us do some one-off road racing. I mean, we get some road races that are, you know, we get Tulsa Tough coming, OKC Pro-Am, you know, just some one-off stuff like that. And occasionally we throw in a crit. So just something different, something to still ride our bikes, but do something that's different and keep it exciting, keep it fresh, keep the mind fresh, but we never stop. So for those that want to just take the summer and take a break and not ride to get ready for next end of the season, not a good plan. Okay. This is also a good time to get back in the weight room. That's what I'll do. I go into the weight room. I'm sure you can tell because I'm so muscular. I go in the weight room during the winter, and then as soon as the season starts, I slack off on that because I spent so much time training. But now, then, as soon as Outback's over, I'm straight back in the weight room until we pick up the season in September. And that's the only times I can do that and still train, you know, 5 and 6 times a week and not be fatigued on my rides. So yeah. So anyway, change it up. Keep riding. Keep working on your skills. Keep working on your fitness. Keep working on your strength, and venture out in some other things. Venture out and test out a crit. We got Wheeler Crit rolling right now every Tuesday. I don't make it very often because I'm so far away. I would love to go down and went off that, and I probably will as soon as summer starts because I work for a school and I'm off in the summer, so I'll probably go down there and get a couple of those in. And then Des is going to do gravel. I will probably one off maybe a gravel ride here or there. And, you know, those are just different things, different ways to take our mountain biking and go work on different skills and different fitnesses. But yet we keep it exciting and we keep it fun. So, okay, let's see. Scott Hutchins, Texas, checking in late. Yeah, I know you guys checked in. I'm almost done now. Let's see. I had a couple of other comments there. I need to go back and I saw them and I skipped them. Let me. Hugh Dunnigan, what's happening? He said he was just checking in, saying how much he likes Outback, and it's a good track. It is. It is a very good track. It's a very good course. Tim did a great job building that thing. Let's see. Matt, details. Matt Elder. Matt asked, is there any news or details on the night endurance series this summer. I can probably find those, Matt, but right off the tip of my tongue, I don't have those dates right here. It was an idea that I've had rolling around in my head for 3 or 4 years, and honestly, I had all the data done, I had all the flyers built up, I had categories created. I just couldn't pull it off. I didn't have time, and so I gave all of that to Tegan at OEF, and I let them mull that through and take it to their board, and I think they have already acted on that. I think there's an event page for it. I'd have to go find it. But I think they have dates, and I think they have venues, and they're just working on specifics right now. But I think I'm almost positive they have dates and venues. So I will try to get that information and get it posted up here. And I'm going to make a note as soon as we close that I'll make that a part of my topic of conversation next week. Since we have an open week, I won't have a lot to talk about, so I will try to include stuff like that. So very good question. I think it's going to be a super cool series. We did something very similar to that, and actually it's what my original idea was modeled from, and it was called the Smurf Boys series in Texas. Just a very cool idea. It's a way to do mountain bike racing in the summer, have a good time, and not die of heat stroke. So it's fun. It's a very cool, and it'll be a very cool scene and venue, and so it'll be good. And I will try to get information out there about that, and I'll try to make that a topic of my conversation next week. So sorry I can't give you details right now. Brandon Nesbitt also said Red Bull Pump Track Championship is in 2 weeks. So I mentioned that before. That is the Saturday before Outback. So that is the Red Bull Pump Track Championship. So with 2 weeks, get out, pre-ride Outback, get it done so you don't have to pre-ride it Saturday, and you can at least go hang out at the Red Bull Pump Track if you don't, do it. I think it should be a pretty cool event. I just don't think logistically I can make that happen because I really need to be at our race venue at Outback on Saturday, but a lot of you guys can drive up day of. So if you can make this, make it out there, I think it'd be a really neat event. And anything Red Bull puts on is going to be pretty cool. So, go check that out. All right, let's see. Exceed Park, June. Yeah, you are right, Alex, but we've got a whole month for that, so. Let's see, got dates, venues. Oh, yeah. Okay, I just saw your previous comment, so I've already talked about that, Matt. So no, I don't know, but we'll get all that covered next week. How's that? We'll get that marathon covered next week. Thank you, motion fluid finding lines. Philip State, and that's a question for I'm not sure who all's marking the course for the Draper Crit. So whoever's marking the course for Draper Crit can post on Philip's comment. He asked what sections are being used for Draper Crit. I'm sure they'll do it over there on that one side. They always do, kind of on the north side, but don't exactly know. Trish Draper, what'd you post for me? Boom, there it is. Yep, right there. Okay, so Trish Draper just posted a link. It's for the marathon series that Matt Elder just asked about. So you need to go click that, go like that, and that'll provide the information you need. Kevin, I am sure that they will let you camp. People have camped out there in the past. They will. Actually, a lot of people camp. There is a little open. So when you pull up to Postoak and you see Tori and Tim's land and their trailer and their house, it's on the north side of the road. On the south side of that road is a gate, and they will open that up for race weekend. It's actually a neighbor's land, but they open that up for parking, and a lot of our people camp there. Obviously, you can probably camp on site as well too. But again, I mean, you've got, you're gonna have some, porta potties, and that's really about it. So, yeah. So I mean, they have campers every year. I wouldn't recommend bringing RV campers because parking is at a minimum, and there's just not a lot of places to put stuff. So tent camping for sure. RV camping, I would not recommend it. Obviously, there's no hookups, things like that. Jonathan Clark, we are using the same course as 2 years ago, but backwards. So I think that means blue, green, mainly, right? Blue and green mainly, and then breaking it up into sections, using the double track in between. So yeah, cool. All right, folks, 51 minutes. Double check. I think I've got everything, so I don't have anything else. I think we're good. We have our marathon naps. We got our Outback at Postoak update. We've got our little tip talking here at the end about keeping it going during the summer and how to keep it fresh and keep your training going. And we talked about bringing home 2 stars and bars with Desiree White and B. Monty, bringing home the big jerseys. So I guess that means for the rest of their lives they can wear the stars and bars on their sleeves on their jerseys. So boom. And I'm out. So you guys enjoy your evening. And yes, one other thing. One other thing, and someone mentioned earlier, and I just want to make a note of this because it's been a big change. So Bluff Creek dirt crits are no more. They are, and that's hence the discussion with the course at Draper. The dirt crits have been moved to Draper, so they are going to be there same time. Maybe we'll move the time up 30 minutes. We haven't, no one's decided that yet. So I'm actually off this Thursday, so I should be able to get up there without much problem. But Draper's a little bit harder for a lot of us coming from Southwest Oklahoma because of the way we go. We have to get all the way through the city, so it usually adds like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to our drive time just because we got to get all the way through the city. So it's kind of hard, but we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, so it's now Draper dirt crits. So just earlier than usual. We've done this in the past, but just earlier than usual. So Jonathan Clark says it will be marked by 6 on Thursday. So they start at 7, right? So marked at 6, start at 7, right? Yeah, I think that's right. So, all right, thanks guys. Philip, Jonathan, Kevin, last one to check in. Catch you guys later. So have fun. And yeah, Jonathan just confirmed 7 o'clock. So probably everybody knew that but me because I'm not paying attention. So all right, see you guys later.